Dear students, good wishes to all. Hope you are well. This is Dilip Kumar, Associate Professor, Department of English, Carmichael College, Rangpur, welcoming you to my online class. Today, I would like to discuss Poetics by Aristotle for the students of Honours Third Year. Dear learners, first of all, let's have a look at the image of Aristotle. His appearance proves that he was a man of versatile genius. He was born in 384 BC and died in 322 BC. Now, let us know the life of Aristotle. Aristotle was an ancient Greek philosopher and scientist who is still considered one of the greatest thinkers in politics, psychology, and ethics. He was born at Stygira in Macedonia. After his father's death, at the age of 17, he went to Athens, where he joined the Academy of Plato. He remained there for about 20 years as Plato's pupil and colleague. He was greatly influenced by Plato. Like his master, Aristotle wrote initially in dialogue form, and his early ideas show strong Platonic influence. However, after Plato's death, he left Athens and went to Macedonia. In 342 BC, Philip of Macedon appointed him tutor to his young son Alexander the Great. On Alexander's succession to the throne in 335 BC, Aristotle returned to Athens again and set up his own school in the Lyceum. In 323 BC, unfortunately, Aristotle got the news of Alexander's death. Then Athens took up arms against Macedonia, and Aristotle was accused of impiety. Aristotle fled to his mother's home in Celsis, where he died at the age of 62. Dear viewers, let's have some ideas about the major works of Aristotle. Aristotle's works are mainly of three kinds. They are literary essays, the studies of constitutions, and the treatises. In all, he wrote about 400 volumes covering all spheres of human knowledge and activity. But unfortunately, a number of his works have been lost and many are incomplete because of these losses. Some major works of Aristotle's have been mentioned here. Categories, constitutions of the Athenians, the interpretation, degeneration and corruption, economics, Etymenian ethics, generation of animals, history of animals, Magna Moralia, mechanics, metaphysics, meteorology, movement of animals, organon, on breath, on divination in sleep, on dreams, on generation and corruption, on length and shortness of life, on memory, on sleep, on the heavens, on the soul, on virtues and vices, pairs of animals, physics, poetics, posterior, analytics, prior analytics, problems, rhetoric, sense and sensibilia, topics, etc. Of all these works, poetics play an important role in world literature. Now, what is poetics? Aristotle's Poetics is the earliest surviving work of dramatic theory and first extant philosophical treatise to focus literary theory. It refers to poetry or the poetic art deriving from the term for poet. There are 26 chapters in the Poetics. The first 3 chapters are largely a discussion of imitation, the objects of poetic imitation, and the manner of poetic imitation. The next 2 chapters trace the origins and development of poetry. An important discussion on tragedy has covered the chapters from 6 to 22, and the last 4 chapters give a serious consideration to epic poetry. Therefore, let us know the definition of tragedy given by Aristotle with utmost importance in the Poetics. Tragedy, says Aristotle, is a presentation of an action that is worth serious attention, complete in itself, and of some amplitude. In language, enriched by a variety of artistic devices appropriate to the several parts of the play, presented in the form of action, not narration, by means of pity and fear, bringing about the purgation of such emotions. If we analyze the definition, we get a clear idea about tragedy. To Aristotle, tragedy is an imitation of a serious action which will be complete in itself. It will have a certain length. It will be written in artistic languages appropriate to its several parts. It will be presented in a dramatic form. Besides, it will arouse pity and fear that purge the souls of the readers. According to Greek mythology, tragedy is derived from the Greek word tragodia, which comes from the combination of 2 words, tragos and eidos. Tragos means male goat and eidos means singer. So tragedy is developed gradually from a group of singers in honor of the Greek god Dionysus, who was associated with goats. But the real source of tragedy is still under dispute. It is not certain whether the goat was sacrificed or whether the dancers are dressed up in goat masks. However, tragedy is a type of theatrical play in which a sad story is played. Dear students, there are 6 components of a tragedy. They are plot, character, diction, thought, spectacle, and song. Plot is the foremost essential element of a tragedy. It means arrangement of incidents or actions. It is regarded as the lifeblood of a tragedy. It is the soul of a tragedy. Plot is so important that a tragedy cannot be completed without it. It will have a beginning, a middle, and an end. It will have a certain length. It will neither begin nor end in a haphazard way. There are 2 types of plot, simple plot and complex plot. A plot is simple when the change of fortune takes place without reversal and discovery. Again, a plot is complex when the change of fortune is accompanied by reversal or discovery. Therefore, character is needed in a tragedy as it represents human actions, but all the characters are not regarded as tragic characters. A tragic character will be an illustrious man holding an exalted position. He'll be good but not blameless. However, when the characters express their likes and dislikes, thought comes automatically. But to express this thought, diction is needed. Then, song is the medium of imitation, and spectacle is the manner of imitation. Nothing more is needed in a tragedy. Now, let's have some ideas about different elements of plot. A plot may have different elements like reversal, discovery, and calamity. A reversal is a change from one state of affairs to its opposite. In Oedipus Rex, the messenger came to cheer Oedipus and relieve him of his fear about his mother. But he did the very opposite by revealing who he was. A discovery is a change from ignorance to knowledge, and it leads either to love or to hatred between persons destined for good or ill fortune. It is accompanied by reversal, as we find it in Oedipus Rex also. Then, a calamity is an action of destructive or painful nature, such as death, murder, excessive suffering, and the like. Now, let us know about catharsis, which is an important aspect of a tragedy. The term catharsis has been used in the course of Aristotle's Poetics, but this term has been interpreted by different critics in different ways. The difficulty arises out of the fact that Aristotle does not define or explain the term. Perhaps he did so in the second book of the Poetics, which is lost. However, the term catharsis has three meanings. It could mean purgation, or purification, or clarification. One thing has been agreed upon, that the term is linked with the concept of pity and fear. Fear and pity are closely connected. Fear can be centered on an individual in the form of some vague feeling of insecurity and anxiety. It could be the outcome of facing some awful incidents also. Pity is derived from the feeling that similar suffering might befall us. It is because of this that the tragic character should be like ourselves. In such a case, we feel pity for the suffering of the tragic character, and we feel purgation of our souls to some extent. Dear students, there are four parts in a tragedy. They are prologue, episode, exort, and choral song. The prologue is the whole of that part of a tragedy that precedes the parod, or first entry of the chorus. An episode is the whole of that part of a tragedy that comes between two complete choral songs. The exort is the whole of that part of a tragedy which is not followed by any song of the chorus. The song sung by a group of singers is known as the choral song. The first choral song is known as the parod, and the choral song in which the singers and the actors take part for lamentation is known as the chamos. Dear learners, There are some similarities between tragedy and the epic. Tragedy deals with serious subjects. Similarly, the epic deals with serious subjects. The hero of a tragedy will be the man of higher type. The hero of the epic will be also the man of higher type. The action of a tragedy will be complete in itself. Similarly, the action of the epic will be complete in itself. The language of a tragedy will be elevated and artistic. The language of the epic will also be elevated and dignified. The writing style of a tragedy will be grand. Similarly, the writing style of the epic will be grand. Dear viewers, there are some differences between tragedy and the epic. The length of a tragedy is compact and concentrated, but the length of the epic can be greater than that of a tragedy. Tragedy can make use of a variety of meters. On the other hand, the epic can use only the heroic meter. Tragedy is made for action, but the epic is made for narration. Tragedy cannot represent more than one incident at one time, but the epic can show many incidents happening at different places at the same time. Tragedy cannot make too much use of the marvelous. On the other hand, the epic allows greater scope for the marvelous and the irrational. Tragedy may have the reality of presentation and unity of action, but the epic lacks the reality of presentation and unity of action. Thus, Aristotle has tried to show that tragedy is superior to the epic in many aspects. Dear students, this is all for today. Thank you for your patient sharing. Stay home, stay safe and sound.